Hi, welcome back. Today is another Sunday scripture for you, where I will give you a reading for the week ahead. So, if you've been following this series so far, which I've been running for about 6 or 7 weeks now, I think this is the 7th week, then you'll know the format that it takes. And what to anticipate. If not, I will pull 3 cards. Sometimes an extra one will jump out and I will incorporate that into the reading. But essentially I will pull 3 cards, one for Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, one for Thursday and Friday, and one for Saturday and Sunday. And that will give you a glimpse into the week ahead, a bit like kind of like a horoscope for you. Where you get a week's horoscope or a month's horoscope. So this is a reading for the coming week, which is beginning on Monday the 14th of September 2020. And the reading that I am doing is I'm using the Dreaming Way Tarot, which is a really beautifully illustrated deck. And I just thought it would give us a bit of a change from the Rider-Waite one, which I have been currently using quite a lot in this series. So without further ado, I shall shuffle the cards for you. And what I would suggest is, as I'm doing the reading, perhaps have a notepad in front of you or a journal and just jot down what it brings up. So make some notes as to what to anticipate for the week ahead. Just so that you can check back in and look at them as you're going through, and then also afterwards, and just see how those things kind of connected and actually materialized for you. And then as you go through the week, you can kind of write down if it helped you to have that guidance in advance and afterwards also, so that if you kind of do that note taking, that journaling on a regular basis, then you will begin to understand how you can best use these videos to actually help, not only just guide yourself through the week, but also learn from your mistakes and develop on a personal level in your life, whether that's kind of physically in the world, with the people that you interact with the work that you do, or kind of spiritually and in the work you do spiritually. Which I would term as soul work. Okay, so now I'm going to connect to the cards personally, and then I'm going to connect the cards to you as well, so that we are all in a collective energy. And the deck had other ideas and threw 3 cards out for me, so I'm actually going to trust that because 3 cards came out, those are the 3 cards that we are meant to be reading. And also because they came out at the time that I was connecting with my intention to us, and talking about what I was going to do. It's like the deck was primed and ready, and it was getting impatient with me, and it was saying, hurry up, come on. So I will take that message and just begin the reading from here, because I can get quite carried away and talk for hours, really, if you let me. So we have the cards for the week, and for Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, the card that we have is the 10 of Wands. And this card's really beautifully illustrating the message behind the 10 of Wands, actually. Kind of in a way that's much clearer perhaps than the traditional decks. We can kind of see that this poor person is overworked. They're tired, they're kind of worn thin almost. I mean, this is a really gaunt figure, so he's worn thin with all of the work that he's been doing, and he's outside and he's labouring, and it's hot and it's dry, and he's just collecting all of these sticks, these wands, gathering them up, as part of his task. and because there are so many, he's kind of like he's started dropping them. So his back's stooped, and he's working really hard, and he's overburdened, and now he can't even keep up. He's dropping things now. So this card is basically telling us, that that we're trying to do too much, that we're multitasking, and perhaps our multitasking has reached a point where we've taken on too much, and now it's backfiring on us, and it's all starting to fall apart. And so, with all of the extra things that we pick up because we're scared of saying no to them, we're scared of letting other people down, we're scared of getting behind, so we're like, I have to do all of these 20 things on my to-do list today, otherwise tomorrow I'm gonna have 40, etc. Because of this, it's like we're picking up too many things each day. We're trying to cram too much into our life, trying to fill our space up, or the available time that we have, to go about our day, to do our own self-care, to take care of others, and to do our work. It's like there are too many things in there, so we're not necessarily able to do everything properly. Like, we're having to drop stuff, and maybe we're dropping stuff accidentally. Maybe the stuff that we're dropping isn't the stuff that we want to be dropping. So maybe it's like, work's getting dropped, and that's sliding because we're spending too much time trying to take care of ourselves. Or maybe our self-care is suffering because we're spending too much time trying to take care of other people, or too much time trying to work. And so, have a look at your life, have a look at what the balance is in your life between, that work-life balance, and look at the balance between all of the different things. So how are you serving yourself spiritually? How are you serving yourself, physically, health-wise? How are you serving yourself intellectually and career-wise? How are you serving yourself in terms of relationships and community and connection? Look at all of the different areas of your life, all of the ones that are relevant to you and matter to you, and list them in terms of priority as well, and then see what is being neglected. What are you failing to show up for 100% because you're trying to do everything? So if you're trying to do 10 things all at once, you're only giving 10%. At best you're only able to give 10% to each thing, or you're giving 90% to one thing, and then 1% to the rest of the things, and that's just really not that helpful or good. And maybe if that's your child, then 1% is going to leave them feeling pretty upset and feeling pretty neglected and abandoned, and that's where disharmony kind of comes from. So have a look at that, see what and who you are neglecting. Is that yourself? Answer these questions, take a good hard look at it, and be aware on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday that you are going to be called upon to do extra things, to do, to multitask even more than usual. And what the card is asking you to do is to actually stand up, stop, say no to anything else coming at you, and put a few of those sticks down as well, so maybe try and put 5 down and only carry 5, and see how you go with that. Or if that's too scary, then just put 1 down and only carry 9. But see if you can kind of improve the situation, to put something down instead of picking some more stuff up, and apply that exercise to Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, and see how you do. And be aware that there's going to be more coming at you on those 3 days, so you have to have extra strong boundaries, otherwise you're going to end up kind of crippled under the weight, like this poor character here. The next card that we have is for Thursday and Friday, and that is the Queen of Cups. And this is a really lovely card. The energy of this card is really comforting and really beautiful. And it's if you're a parent, then it's saying Thursday and Friday is family time. Thursday and Friday is time to snuggle up with your loved ones and get a bowl of popcorn or whatever it is you want, and sit down and watch a movie, or go for a walk in the park, and pick wild flowers or collect berries or mushrooms, or, do something fun together, a group activity that will light you up, something that will make not only your real child but also your inner child happy. Yeah, so if you don't have a child, do something that would make your inner child happy. And if you have, other family members, whether that is a pet or whether that is just like close friends who you consider to be in your soul family, or your, husband or partner or whatever, or your family, extended family, see if you can like include some of those elements into your Thursday and Friday. So Thursday and Friday is kind of saying, that after all of the hard work of Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, and we're going to try for it not to be quite so hard, you deserve a rest on Thursday and Friday, and there's a time to sit on your throne as a queen and really, really apply some self-love to yourself and your inner child. Yeah, so what would your inner child really like to do? If you're single, if you live alone, or if you just want to do this alone and you don't want to share it with anyone else because it's special and it's a spiritual kind of like loving act, something that's sacred, then what is it that you'd like to do? Would you like to bake a special cake? Would you like to draw a picture? Would you like to make a flower arrangement? Would you like to clean out your room and, do a clear out of the cupboards, or reorganize a room, so move some furniture around or something as a reinvention, as a changing up the energy in the space? What is it that you would like to do that would bring you comfort and joy, and also bring comfort and joy to your inner child? So that's Thursday and Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday is the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is all about the beginning of creation. Yeah, so it's like you kind of like you've got a certain way on your own. You've been doing a lot of hard work. You've been applying it. You've been doing things like this. Yeah, so we've been climbing up through the wands. And we've kind of like accomplished certain things in terms of building and creating things in our life. And whether that's like a kind of like a health creation where we've been like trying to heal and fix things in our life, or whether that is, a work creation where we've been trying to build a new business, or, shift from one business to another, or one idea to another, start and grow a new project, or whether that is like a tribe creation where you're like, okay, I need to find a new tribe because my current tribe isn't really working for me anymore. We've changed, we've grown apart, I have new interests now, and I need to find new people that share those interests with me, that have the same kind of like views and beliefs. Whatever that is, it's like you kind of like, you got a certain way with that. But now this card is saying that first of all, it's like it's time to go it alone on this. Yeah, so it's like it's not go out there and gather people around you to help you to do this thing that you're trying to grow. It's like sit down and brainstorm. What do you need to look into, to research, to do? Who do you need to reach out to? Who do you need to employ? Or, like whether that's pay or do an energy swap with. Like, who do you need to bring into your life in order to birth this thing that you are trying to grow? Because maybe you can't do it alone, and maybe you're thinking that you have to do it all on your own, because that's kind of what you're used to doing. And maybe because you feel like you don't have any options, because perhaps financially you can't afford to go outside to get extra help. But by closing yourself off and going it alone, you are also blocking yourself off from extra knowledge, extra learning, mentorship and opportunities. And different people bring different things to the table. They have different ideas, things that you would never even think of. They have solutions that you wouldn't come up with. And so brainstorming with different people, working with different people can be a really, really useful and integral part of growing something new. So this card is kind of saying, right, go away, do the solitary work, sit down, kind of like, do a business plan about whatever it is that you were trying to grow, whether that be friends, whether that be career, whether that be health, whatever it is that you are trying to kind of like birth a new thing. You're like, having a birth here, like trying to create a, at the moment it's like the baby is in the womb and you're trying to kind of grow that baby, and maybe that baby has only just entered the womb, maybe that baby's been there a long time, maybe that baby's been there for 9 months and it's really, really ready to come out. It's like, what is it to you, this little baby that you're trying to birth? What is it? And then how can you help it to survive in the world and to grow up and be happy and be connected and be popular, have lots of friends, have really good health? Like, how can you ensure that greater success than just sending it out on its own and hoping and praying that everything will be okay? So that's what this card is kind of calling upon you to do. And it's saying, we can see she's like kind of like she's on the beach and she's paddling in the shallows, and that's basically telling us that, it might be a bit difficult, it might be a bit uncomfortable emotionally to do this work. Like, we're going to have to get our feet wet for starters, and maybe the water's cold, maybe we don't want to, maybe we're, we like wearing our nice shoes and we don't want to take them off to get our feet dirty or our feet cold and wet. Maybe we don't like the sea, maybe we think the sea is like a dirty, dangerous place, or maybe we think there are things in the sea that could come up to us and bite us and poison us or sting us or attack us. Maybe we think that the sea, might kind of like, reach out and draw us in and drown us. But this card is encouraging you, like, you have to go into those emotional waters, you have to go into that discomfort inside, that stuff that you are resisting, because within that kind of like that place, that emotional ocean, that is where your best creativity lies, that is where your best efforts are, that's where your biggest, most powerful energy is. And that's where this needs to come from. This baby that you are trying to birth needs to come from there. She needs to be helped along by that water as it all comes out of you, so that as you're kind of like giving birth to this new energy, you are also purging an old, redundant one. So that is your reading for the week. So we have for Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, we have the 10 of Wands. So be careful. Don't work too hard. Don't pick up too many new things, and don't multitask quite so much. Try and give yourself a little bit of a break and take it a little bit easier than you have been doing currently. The Queen of Cups is for Thursday and Friday, and she's asking you to connect with your inner child and your real child if you have one. And just to have a bit of family time, whether that is you or you and others, and just do something lighter and brighter that fills you up, something that is fun. Because when we do creative things, when we do new things and exciting things and different things, it really like opens us up to be more creative. In the physical sense, it's like if you're trying to start a new project, then doing something different, going somewhere different, taking a break from the kind of like the normal things that you do, the mundanity of it, the rigidity of it, quite often like sparks new thoughts and new ideas, and it's really inspiring. And so that's what you need to do on those 2 days in order to then move into the weekend, where what the cards are saying is, well, after you've like kind of taken a little kind of a mini break this week, like you're dialing it down Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, and then you're completely resting Thursday and Friday. Now when we get to the weekend, you are rejuvenated, and so you can treat your weekend like a week. So treat your week like the weekend and treat your weekend like the week. and go get that new project, you know, go start researching, go start investigating, dip your toes into the water and really get in there and explore and connect with why you want to birth this new thing, this new idea, why it's important to you, and what you perhaps need to release in order to bring it out into the world. So I hope that was interesting. I hope that intrigued you. I hope that excited you as well. It's quite an exciting reading this week. And do share with me your thoughts. Give me your feedback from either how you think about it right now as you've just received it, and how it might apply to your life. And also, once you get to the end of the week and you look back on it and you reflect, then do share that information with me as well. I'd be really interested to know, and I would love to hear, your kind of like responses to the cards. If you would like a personal reading with me to get a more in-depth perspective on something that is going on in your life right now, whatever that is, then please do contact me. And the easiest way is probably via my website, which is lemonrosepetals.com, and we can have a chat, and that would be really nice. Okay, thank you for listening. Bye.